Hi, my name is Andrea and welcome to Andrea's One Stop Garden. Today I thought I'd bring you along while I plant my AeroGarden. I actually got lucky and I always like to find a good deal. A few years ago, 2024, I was with my nephew in a thrift store and he's like, "Hey Auntie, look, I found an AeroGarden. This is almost like my mom's. You should get it." It was $4 and it said not tested. Didn't come with a cord, and I was like, well, it doesn't have a cord. He looks in the bin down below, and sure enough, he finds a cord and it's like, hey, this is the one, plugs it in and it works. So I was like, hey, might as well. Totally forgot about it, put it in a storage room until right before Christmas. I'm gonna test this out and see how it goes. So today we're gonna get it all set up. I've never done this before. My sister does it, my mom does it, they love it. And you're here along for the ride and see if I do it right. There'll be the test to it. And if I do anything wrong, let me know in the comments below. So here goes nothing. I have the pods soaking. Some places online say to soak it, some don't. So I decided, hey, I'm transplanting some of my micro-dwarf tomatoes from a previous video into it. So might as well soak it so it's a little easier to do that. And then I'm also gonna do piccolino basil, which is a very tiny dwarf basil. And one of my favorite herbs as well, thyme, which I absolutely love to do in potato dishes. So first things first, from what I read, I'm just gonna take this area and I'm gonna fill it up with water. Just gonna remove the top so it's easier to see where I'm pouring. I did give it a full clean prior to doing all this because it did come from a thrift store. I wasn't sure who's used it and whatnot. There you go. I filled it up to the fill line. Here's the plant food. For Christmas, my husband got me the Grow Anything 50 pack of the seed pods and everything to go with it. So I am just gonna plant this. Couldn't open it. So it says online to do 2 capfuls. The downfall about this coming from the thrift store, it didn't come with any manuals, so I did a little research online. Asked my mom a little bit about how she does hers, and I'm just winging it. Alright, so I got the 2 capfuls in there. I guess next thing I'm gonna take the little pods. I could only find glass and vases to soak these in. For bowls, was okay with getting soil in. All right, I guess that goes like that. I'm gonna pop those 2 in the middle for the herbs because I have the tomatoes I'm gonna do on the end and they need a little bit extra space, so I'm not gonna plant these 2 to give a little bit more room for the tomatoes. Just gonna make sure I don't plant too many thyme seeds because they're super, super, super tiny. So I think I might just only do 2 or 3 seeds. Thyme, you only need to do 1/4 inch soil depth, so it doesn't have to be too deep. So I closed up the hole a little bit so I could plant it there. Put the rest of the seeds back. And then this one's gonna be the basil. I absolutely love fresh basil, so hopefully this doesn't take too long because I really miss having fresh basil from the garden. Trying to loosen up the soil a little bit more that comes in here. Oops, I think I dropped about 3 or 4 seeds in there. We'll see how that goes. Like I said, you're here for the ride. I've never done this before. I'm assuming these just go I'm gonna write time. And then what was that basil there? It's a funny name, Piccolino. If any of you have tried this type of basil, let me know if you like it. I'll show you the package again. So I think I'm saying it right, Piccolino from My Gardener. It's a new one for me, so I have not tried it there. My pen doesn't like working here, so I'll get a Sharpie later. And then I'm just gonna pop these guys over. And then here is the micro-dwarf tomatoes. These ones are orange hat. I did in a previous video. If you're wanting to grow these in soil or even in your AeroGarden, you can look at my video I'll put in the description below on how to grow micro-dwarf tomatoes. I'm just gonna grab 2 of these seedlings out of here. I'm just loosening the roots here. Don't want to break them, but just carefully pulling them out. I don't want to mix in soil into these, so I just have some fresh water here. I'm just going to give it a really good rinse. I've seen some videos saying that you can transplant seedlings into it, but usually most of the videos I found online say that they transplant seedlings out of the AeroGarden and into soil. I could not find many videos saying that they've done the opposite, planting in soil and then putting it into the AeroGarden. So let me know in the comments below if you've done this before, if you've planted seedlings into your AeroGarden that you've started in soil. Let me know how it has gone on before. I got most of the soil, so hopefully that's good. Pretty good root system there. These are a few weeks old. And then I'm just gonna bring my bucket back here so I'm not dripping everywhere. I'm just gonna take my cutters here and just cut down the side so I can kind of put the root inside. I saw another video where someone did that. So just gonna tuck it all the way up until the first leaves there. And I'm gonna carefully place this into here like so. I just have that. Looks pretty good in my opinion. Hopefully it grows well. And I'm just gonna pop that right in there. Oh, wrong water. This one's dirty and that one's a little less dirty, so I got them mixed up a little bit. So I'm gonna cut down the side here. Open it up. It opens up pretty nicely. I don't know if you can see that there. I'll just bring this a little closer. All I'm doing is tucking in the plant right in there, letting the roots go down, and all those little hairs that you see on the stem, they will grow more roots as well. So I'm not too concerned about covering up the stem. So now I just have that, just like that, cute little micro-dwarf tomato plant. And I'm just gonna pop it in there. I'm not gonna label these two because I know that they are orange hat, and I only grew orange hat for the previous video. So there's that. Now I'm just gonna plug it in. Voila! Lights on. I'm gonna lower the light to about 4 inches above the seedling. Just like that. And then I'm gonna have to figure out all these settings later on. But there you have it. I've planted my AeroGarden. I'll just grab the camera and bring it a little bit closer so you can see what I've done. So there's the micro-dwarf tomatoes, and then I have some thyme, the basil, and another micro-dwarf tomato. So I would like to say I got a pretty good deal on finding an AeroGarden for $4 in a thrift store. Hopefully it works out well. I'll figure out the settings and everything a bit later. If you want to see more planting videos later on, I got a month full of other seeds I'm going to be planting. I have strawberries coming up in the next day or two. I have removed them from the freezer. You can watch that previous video on how I cold stratified them. I have canna lily seeds I saved from the garden that I'm going to be planting, and that's a complicated process, but if you haven't grown canna lilies from seed before, it is doable. I actually much prefer it over rhizomes. I've done it for about 4 years in a row, and it's absolutely fantastic to watch them grow from seed. And there is also going to be a few other violas, pansies, and a few other seeds that I'm going to be planting this month. So stay tuned, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave a comment below, and let me know if you've done it the way I've done before. And we'll see you on the next one. Thank you for watching.